So I want to start today's episode by doing two things. Thing number one is I want to apologize. There's not been any videos on the channel for a couple of days. I've been kind of sick. If you've been following the channel for a while, you might know that I have bouts of insomnia, and this most recent one has been particularly bad. And so there were nights I was going to bed and didn't fall asleep for 6 or 7 hours. And it just threw me through a whole thing, and it's kind of been going on for a couple of weeks. So I know it's not the worst thing. I've not been, horribly ill, but it's been a bit of a struggle. So I appreciate your patience, and I want to thank you for sticking with the channel a little bit. I know it's frustrating for you, and it's frustrating for me when there's no videos going out on the channel. But thing number two that I want to talk about is your feedback on that last episode. I talked about the format being a bit different in terms of building this thing sort of in real time, and you guys really seem to enjoy that. I know I missed a couple of things, such as some pillars not being on some of these buildings, and I also missed out on building lounges. But between this episode and the last one, I decided to build a little lounge in here, and then I just copied and pasted that around into some of the buildings where there is some space for those. I've also added some water coolers to the corridors, at least in those corners in all the buildings as well. And I was thinking that we could probably turn this room into some kind of meeting room. So that's kind of where I want to get started today. So I'm going to select all of the furniture and delete all of it. And then this room isn't really used by anybody. So I was thinking that what we could do is maybe change the layout of this leader's office just a little bit. We'll flip this desk around if that's a thing I can do, which I totally can. We're going to flip it sort of this way, and it can live right about there. We're going to move this door into a bit of a different spot as well, so it can live. I want to say this camera is going to need to go. So the camera can live, let's say there. I keep saying live. That's something I've noticed I do with this game or just building games in general. I keep saying this thing can live there instead of I can put it there. I don't really know where that's came from, but I kind of like it. And apparently I can't put, there's a TV. That's why I can't do that. Okay. This TV can live on that wall right there. And then the door is going to go right in the middle. And that seems fine. This can still be a leader's office or maybe a project manager's office, which is something we need to talk about in just a moment. But first things first, in terms of doing a meeting room in here, I'm going to keep it really, really simple. I'm just going to do a whole bunch of desks coming out from this wall, and I'm going to move this one to be in the right spot right about there. We'll get some nice curved desks for the end of this thing, and I'm just going to put a bunch of chairs around it. It's going to be that simple. I know it's not enough chairs for, well, there might be some teams that can get everybody in here, but I don't know what other layout I would go for that would work in here. That's the problem. This room has such a weird shape to it that I feel like this is the best I can do. I don't love it. I'll be honest. I really don't love this layout, but I genuinely feel like it is the best that we can do. So it's what we're going to go for, at least for the time being, until I can come up with something else. I'm also thinking that maybe I can do something like this, and maybe I can get this guy. Oh, can I get this against that wall? That would be so good if I could. I absolutely can. So we can have that white carpet sort of going around that edge there. I like that. I like that as a bit of detail. I think over in these spaces, it'd be nice to get a TV right in the middle of this wall, but if it breaks, it can't be fixed, and that's kind of a problem. I suppose I could move these desks out, but I think that might look silly. So what I think we'll do is maybe just not bother with a TV in the meeting room. And I think instead, let's just do a bunch of bookshelves along that wall. We can maybe do a TV on this wall, and perhaps that's something like you walk in here and they have something on the screen that says what the meeting is about or something like that. I'm not really too sure. And I figure having the company name up here seems kind of interesting. I don't think it's perfectly central, but it's as good as it's going to be. And I think a carpet underneath these tables is probably fair enough as well. I kind of like how that looks. We can probably put some couches around the room as well. I'm not too sure if they'll get used, but I figure it probably makes sense. And at this point, we can probably go in with some decorations like some paintings. So I think this wall in particular could maybe use a little something right there. And this wall in particular could use a little something right about there. That is not what I'm trying to do at all. Let's go for the computer. Let's go for Software Inc. Cat, who I'm pretty sure we haven't seen in this entire series so far. I haven't spotted Software Inc. Cat anywhere, and we're going to have to figure that out and figure out where he is. If he's still in the game, it might have been removed, which, if it has, I might riot. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to have words if Software Inc. Cat isn't in Software Inc. anymore. I'm going to be very, very upset. I think these windows along here is a pretty good idea as well. I do like the idea of sort of being able to see people walking up and down here and sort of being able to see that there's a meeting going on, and it lets a little bit of light through as well, which I think is kind of important. But I will say the last thing we probably need to do in here is get some lighting. So let's just try and align this to that wall. And what I think we'll do is go there and there. I think we'll go up here and up here. And that's probably about enough lighting for the space, right? We can just, you know, switch to nighttime real quick and see what it looks like. And that's honestly pretty good. I don't really mind that too much. It's not perfect. It's not perfectly lit, but it's probably good enough. And we can also limit this to be a meeting room. So we'll see if anybody uses it, or we'll see when people use it, because they absolutely will. And hopefully that's going to be good for, you know, general productivity. Now, a little while ago, I mentioned that we would be talking about project management, and I think I mentioned this in the last episode. You can now handle porting with a project management task. I mentioned that this was something that was in a beta branch of Software Inc. It has now come to the main branch of Software Inc. And this is kind of huge. This is like the last thing that needed to be automated. And so we are going to say that the Echo project is going to handle porting, and we're going to say that the audio team for now will be the ones doing it. Now, this might be something that we want to explore moving to another team, because I think porting tasks, I don't think you need anything more than maybe system developers or system programmers. I suppose we can check, right? We can go to my releases. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this means. This whole thing here, minimum. Oh, wait, is this telling me like, oh, okay. I think I understand what's going on here now. So this is like averages, right? So if I go for like a median on average, or a mean, one or the other, on average, we're making great products, which is good. So then it's mediocre. This gives me the full range, mediocre to outstanding. Okay, so you can now get an idea of how you're doing overall. That's kind of cool. So we're mostly inspiring. If we look at mean in here, that's the, okay, I want the maximum, or rather I want the sum. I want the total number of active users. That's very cool. Oh, I like that. That's really cool that you can see all of this now. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but I like having more information. I probably should have read the patch notes, but here we are. I didn't bother doing that. It's totally fine. So now that it's the next day, we can have a little bit of a look into project management again, and we can see that Nerdrosoft Echo is now being ported by the audio team, which is fantastic. We are also working on an update to Echo, and we're also working, of course, on the alpha version of Echo 2. So for the most part, the audio team is going to be really busy, but that's probably okay, because Nerdrosoft Echo has made a lot of money, which is what we were looking for. Voxel hasn't really done too much, but I actually want to use this as an opportunity. I want to see if we need to port this to anything right now, and the only thing we can port to is Frame OS, which isn't out yet. If we look at Space Command Origins, is there anything that needs ported to? Again, not really. So what I'm going to do, I suppose, is maybe Pixel 3. I just need to find something that needs ported, and this is honestly totally fine. We'll go for Badger, and the reason I'm doing this is because I want to see this. This gives me no information. Porting jobs give me nothing. I don't know what you need for a porting job, unfortunately. So you know what? We'll cancel that port job. I'm going to assume it's system programmers. So that makes me really tempted to hire a dedicated porting team. We also have a meeting going on in here. This is the support team, which is fantastic. And I think I'm going to just try this out. I think we're just going to give this a shot and see if we can get a dedicated team for porting software. So let me go into manage teams. Let me go into new team name. We'll go for porting. We will add that as a team, and let's make them, oh, I don't know what color to make my porting team. Let's go for, what color have we not really got in here? We kind of have everything. We've got blue, we got green, we got orange, we got red, we got yellow. We don't have a bright yellow. So let's go for like a sort of brightish yellow color for the porting team, and they can live right in here. Although I will say bright yellow is definitely a brave choice of color that I've gone for here, but I'm fairly sure we'll make it work and it'll be okay. Let's select these two rooms. Let's switch this team out for the porting team, which is going to be that one right about there. And then all we need to do is hire an employee that can do good leadership, and then basically we're away to the races. Everything should be totally fine. So we'll have HR and multitasking. That should be enough. We'll begin looking. We'll sort by skill. And we've got you. You can do HR. You can do multitasking. You don't need to do automation because you're going to be tasked by someone that's doing automation. So Daniel. That's an amazing name. Okay. That is a great name. That's perfect. All right. Daniel is going to be the it's going to be the head of the porting team. What a guy. What a man, myth, and legend right there. All right. Daniel, welcome to Nerdrosoft. That's so good. I love, oh, it tells me some of my employees as well. Amazing. That's actually amazing news. Okay. There's also a send home button. I think this is new as well. You can basically send them home, and it's good if you've changed their schedule and don't want them to finish the current shift. There's a few new quality of life things in the most recent update for the game. I love that this game's still getting updated as well. It's been like 10 years that we've been playing this. It's so good. Now, let's get Daniel doing leadership. That'll be fine. Let me go to HR management, and I'm going to say give them like a, I don't know, give them like a $3 million budget, handle wages, handle complaints, education levels there, bring in 3 employees. I don't actually know what we need here in terms of numbers. We have 13 spots to fill in this team. Now, this is a little something that I've been considering, and I've talked about it in the comments in some of these episodes with regards to how I can split up my teams in this headquarters building. And I think part of what will make this company more efficient is going in and basically making sure that people are doing the things they're hired to do. So at the moment, we don't assign people roles. So if we hire an artist, they can do some programming or they can do some designing. They don't just do art. And I think when you have people that aren't very good at something, they can do it, they're just not very good at it. I think that actually slows down development in Software Inc. I might be wrong on that, but I feel like that's something that I've done before in this game. We've had teams, we break down, for example, the audio team over here. Instead of having an audio team, we would have audio designers, audio programmers, audio artists. And in those teams, we would have people hired specifically to deal with certain parts of programming. So you would have system programmers and system, whatever, you just break it down that way. That way, your audio designers are only doing the design stuff. Your audio programmers are only doing the programming, and the artists are only doing the art. You don't need to break things down that way. You can just assign the roles within a team, but we've done neither of those. So that might be why certain things take a little while to get developed. All of that is to say, I'm not going to bother doing that right now either. I'm going to take a bit of a gamble, and I'm going to say that basically I just want systems and I just want programmers, and I want them to be, well, I want them to have high salaries so that they're actually pretty decent at what they do. I want them to be fast learners, and that's about it. So we're going to bring these people into the porting team, and it should fill up relatively quickly, which is totally fine. And then I'm just going to give them a porting task and see if it works. And if it doesn't, then I'm probably going to fire them because we have absolutely no need for them. Another company has finished researching systems before you could patent it. Really? That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. I suppose this is a good opportunity to talk about another comment that I saw, which was basically with regards to how I do research. Apparently the best thing I could do Instead of trying to research Systems 2002 now in October of 2002, the best thing I could do is probably just start researching Systems 2003 in January and try my best to get that done as quickly as possible. So I think that is what we're going to try and do. But before we do that, let's try porting something. Let's see if it's possible. I think we'll just go sort of down the line here. Space Command 3. Is it still making money? It actually is, which is amazing news. It's still doing 470,000. So let's port it. Let's give it to the porting team and we'll sort by active users. We'll go to those 3 platforms right there. And I want to see if these guys are any good. If I make that a top priority, I mean, they're going fairly quickly. They're doing a pretty good job. I don't see any problem with having these guys handle all of my porting tasks. It means that the audio team doesn't have to worry about also porting the things that they do in the Echo project. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll go in here and say porting teams, instead of audio, we'll give it to the porting guys. And that seems fine. It seems like a good thing to sort of have that support team working on the project. And I mean, they're probably going to get swamped. They will probably have a lot of things to do, and that's going to cause a lot of problems. But while we are a relatively small company, relatively being the key word there, I figure this is probably for the best. I figure this is probably how we're going to do things. We're also sitting at $157 million, which is, well, that's a lot. 5.3 million on Space Command Origins last month. 771,000 active users is not bad either. Do we want to start working on an expansion for this? Part of me kind of does. Part of me wants to try and really lock in the Space Command franchise. In saying that, we're still working on Sergeant Stabbyface 2, Stab Harder. It is taking its sweet time to get finished, which is deeply unfortunate because it's going to get a little bit old now. But I think what we'll do, since that's taking its time and that's being done by the night shift, let's go to Space Command Origins. Let's go to Expansion Pack. I don't know what we're going to call it, but we're going to give it to the day shift game devs so that they have something to do. And there is a lot we can do in here to make this thing a little bit better. We'll come up with a name shortly, but we want to do, let's do a bit of audio. So we'll get a bit more story in there. That seems like a great idea. We'll do 3D environmental objects, which brings up the graphics a little bit. We could do some systems. And we'll really boost up the systems there. We'll do maybe a little bit more of this just to bring up the gameplay. Maybe a little bit more to bring up that gameplay. A lot of wasted interest, but honestly, that's okay. I'm not too worried about that. We're also not going to be able to use our own 3D editor for this, unfortunately, but I'm not really super worried about that. We can use Nerdrosoft Echo, which is totally fine. So that's a little bit of a license fee being saved. And I don't know what to call this. What are we doing? So we're doing new dialogue, which is more story. We're doing more of everything. So we had the origin pack. We've done the booster packs. I don't know. I don't know what to call this at all. Let's just see what the names, the mega pack, the gamer DLC, the extra add-on, the jumbo expansion. Oh man, the majestic. I've got nothing, man. I really have nothing. You know what? We'll call it stage 1 because as a rocket goes up into space, they have like stages, right? They separate into different stages. Some of it falls back down. Some of it lands itself depending on who's running the rocket. So we'll call it stage 1. And then we can do stage 2, stage 3 if this ends up making some money. Now, it really shouldn't take long to make this, which is good because it's going to be an extra little bit of money for the company, which is something that we're absolutely looking for. And we should see, yeah, that design is going so quickly. That's what we're looking for, man. That is, that's so good. That is what we are looking for. Oh, no, this is good news. Sergeant Stabbyface 2, Stab Harder is ready to go into beta. So we're going to put it in there and we're going to take a look at when this thing is going out. So it's going to be a 2003 release, which is totally fine. If we look at 2003, we're doing a first-person shooter. We have May, where there is no first-person shooter. Where do we have? We have an RTS going out there in October. we don't have, oh, we do have a first-person shooter going out in December. So in a year, which is not bad. So I don't think we need to hold off that long. I don't want to do a 3-month marketing spin though, because that's probably not enough. So I want to say we go April. I think we can do that. So I think if we say market this guy, let's say April of 2003, let's start working on a press release, which I'm going to say is both of the marketing teams. Let's start working or sending out a press build, and we'll start hyping it as well. We can also print some copies. We can say a maximum of, I honestly don't know. I really don't know how many of these we should be worrying about. Let's say 175,000 copies for the print job. That seems fair enough. That seems like a decent amount of copies, and that gives us April. That gives us a couple of months until Sergeant Stabbyface 2 Stab Harder goes out. Now, what I'm thinking I'd like to do is I want to start updating some things. So Echo is going to be updated itself, which is good. I want Voxel to be updated. I want systems and I want 3D to be at 1999. And we're going to give that to the 3D editor team. And the reason I want to do this is because we do want to update Sergeant Stabbyface 2 on day 1. And I don't remember if it's a 2D or 3D game. So Voxel needs updated. Pixel 3 is also going to be brought up to date a little bit. So we'll give that to the 2D editor team and we'll fix any bugs in there as well. And then Nerdrosoft Echo, in theory, should be okay. It should still get updated and should be totally fine. Let's make sure both of these are top priorities because we really need that tech to be as good as it can possibly be so that we can get that day 1 patch out, so that we can have it using all of our own systems, and so that we can make sure that as many people as possible are going to be picking up Sergeant Stabbyface 2 Stab Harder. We're obviously going to be dealing with some porting jobs as well, so hopefully the porting team can stay on top of that one, which, I mean, they're doing all right, I think. They seem like they're doing all right. Are we doing all right in taxes? Oh yeah, these guys are doing a great job. Anyway, it's January 2003. Let's start looking at research. Systems 2003. Interesting. These guys are looking at tech level 2001, research system 2003. Let me do that. Let me give it a systems research. That's the only thing I need them to do, which is totally fine. So we are going to try our best to be the ones to get systems 2003. Not 100% sure that we will, but the research team they're doing okay. I don't think we're going to need more of them, so we'll hope for the best on that one. We're also doing all right with this Stage 1 expansion pack, which is great. The Pixel 3 update is done as well. Oh, this thing's going to be done in no time. Look at that. Ooh, oh. I knew this was coming. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I pinned this as the top comment in the last episode. I completely forgot about fire alarms and sprinklers. I did go through and add a bunch of them between episodes, but I knew that I'd missed a lot of space. So yeah, I missed a lot of space. I need to go around. You can see the rooms that I did deal with, but I need to go around any room that's highlighted red here. And I think I just need to add, I don't know if it was fire alarms or if it was sprinklers. I know this one probably has nothing. So into utilities, we want to do a fire alarm. That room is apparently fine now, which is interesting. Okay, this room is now fine. You can see the sprinklers on the roof of some of these guys. This one doesn't have any sprinklers, but I guess it's okay. Okay, so I think I've got absolutely everywhere now. I don't see any rooms that are red, which is fantastic. So hopefully we don't have that problem again. Hopefully we can figure that out. And I think I can call the fire inspector back and we're not actually going to get fined for it this time, which is for the best. Let's also just turn off the fire inspection overlay just because we don't really need to be seeing that right now. And I guess, I mean, this voxel update is so close to being done. Stage 1 is almost done as well. This press release for Sergeant Stabbyface 2 is doing all right. It could be doing better. I would really like that to be finished a little quicker, but sure, I guess that's totally fine. My cooks can't continue cooking. I'm going to need more fridges, man. I'm really going to need more fridges. I've been thinking that it might not be a bad idea when we get around to expanding the campus a little bit, because I do want to do that. I want to build, I sort of want to build like a warehouse out here and have that be all of my product printing. We'll probably bring some roads up to it for couriers, but have this be all of my product printing and then also use that warehouse to start making like consoles or something. But I figure we could maybe probably put like a mega kitchen in there and then use conveyor belts underground to bring the food to this building. Because if I'm not mistaken, we could, where have I put my kitchens? I should know that. I just built this place and I've already kind of forgotten where everything is. Maybe what we do, oh yeah, the canteens are up here. So what we would do then is swap out the canteens and put them on the ground floor. So we'd put them where the lounges are and then move the lounges upstairs. And we would just have like conveyor belts bringing the food into all the canteens from underground. I'm telling you this knowing full well that I might not do it. There is a solid chance I will never do that, but there's a non-zero part of me that really wants to do that because I think that would be really cool. So it might happen. It's definitely it's an idea that's floating around. Whether or not it happens, I don't know. Anyway, this press release is good to go. Sergeant Stabbyface 2 is doing all right. This stage 1 pack is, hey, we passed the fire inspection. Perfect. The stage 1 pack is coming along slowly, which is all right, I suppose. My research is taking its sweet time as well, but I'm hoping that we're going to be in a good place. I'm hoping that all these bugs being fixed in Sergeant Stabbyface 2 is going to be all right. It is over 10 years since the original now, so there's no reason. Well, that's the reason people don't really care for it, I guess. That's the reason no one's excited about it. I mean, there's 269 diehard fans still playing it 10 years later, but hopefully it's good. I mean, we've started putting out some great video games. We've started putting out some great software. You know, we're doing good things at Nerdrosoft. We're not making as much money in Space Command Origins anymore, though, which has me slightly worried. Does that need ported? It might. It's maybe not. I guess we'll put it on these guys. They both came out a couple of months ago, so we'll port it. Does it need updated? It might. We'll bring the network up to date. We'll bring the 2D up to date, and we'll get the 2D guys and the game devs working on this. That seems fair enough. And the 2D editor can be Pixel 3 because of course it will. There are some bugs to sort out, so hopefully that'll help us. Hopefully that brings it up to date, and hopefully that puts us in a good spot. I'm a little nervous about the fact that we're not making as much money, but we do have, oh yeah, Voxel's still doing a bunch, Pixel 3 still doing good. We're doing okay. We don't have anything to worry about. We're definitely doing okay. Anyway, stage 1 is in beta. It doesn't need anything really. It doesn't need any bug fixing. So marketing wise, let's give it it is March, April, May, June. Let's give it July 2003, immediately 31,000 followers. That's perfect. We'll send out a press build. We will get these guys marketing it. We will start printing it. We'll say a maximum of 200,000 copies. I think that's probably fair. I think that works. And hopefully the marketing teams can get this press release done in a good amount of time as well. So that's hopefully going to boost sales of Space Command Origins. We also need to hype it, I realize. We haven't got any hyping going on, so let's make sure that we're staying on top of that as well so that we don't, lose all of our followers, which we're definitely doing. That's a problem. Update ready for Space Command Origins. That can go out. It is 1 million last month. Is it going to increase now that it's been updated? It did a little bit, which is fair enough. It's been a while since we released an FPS game and your fans are noticing. Yeah, we're working on that. It's this month that Sergeant Stabbyface 2 goes out, right? It's April 2003. We're there. There's probably no point there's no difference in putting it out now and putting it out later in the day. So we'll just go ahead and release it. And is it good? Is the question. No one can afford it? Oh, it's so out of date. It should have stayed in the last decade. Uh-oh. No one can afford it. That's a problem. We have unsupported server processes. Oh dear. Let's do 1,000 copies. Give it a marketing budget of, oh, this is a risk. Let's do $75,000. We'll just go nuts is what we're going to do with this one. We're going to see if we can make it a success through marketing alone. We need to support the process, right? It needs to go on a server. So let's move this onto our hosting server, which is totally fine. Is it good? It's outstanding and it's inspiring, which is good news. Marketing is sparse, which is not good news. It's so out of date though. So everything in this guy needs to come up to date. Absolutely everything. 2D editor, Pixel 3. Audio tool, Echo. That's totally fine. Oh, there's no bugs, which is fine. Give it to 2D editors, game devs, audio guys, porting. Just give it to everybody. That should be all right. We'll see if we can make this thing a success. Bring it up to date with that day one patch that we've been talking about. I'm not going to hold my breath on this one because this might genuinely be a flop, but we are getting the update done quite quickly. So here's hoping that it works. here's definitely hoping. Let's move this to the top priority of my marketing right now. Space Commander Origins down to a 9. Voxel down to an 8. Voxel actually just shot up to 3 million in profits. You know what? That can stay at a 9. Space Commander Origins down to an 8. Get Voxel up there. Let's have Pixel 3 down to a 7. And we're just going to hope for the best is what we're going to do. I might also split these teams a little bit. So let's have just marketing 1. Let's have marketing 1 on this. We will have marketing 2 and marketing 2. So they both have 2 tasks, which I think is a little bit better. So we can probably go in here and split it a little differently. We'll do 10 and 9. We'll do 10 and 9. So they both have a top priority, which is fine. They are working on marketing stage 1 as well, which is also fine. This port is coming along. This update, on the other hand, does not look like it's going to get done today, which is potentially going to be disastrous for Sergeant Stabbyface 2 Stab Harder. We might have a serious problem here. Let me give this to the operating system team as well, because I think that's still a night shift team. And that might... No, it's not going to get done today. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right, so minus 25,000. Is it going to make money? It did 1.2 million. That's okay, I guess. It's got prominent marketing, which is okay, I guess. It's not really... it's not good. Let's get it ported to a few more systems just to make sure that it can actually, I don't know, survive, I guess. We kind of need it to make some serious money, though. We need this update to be done. We're going to have some bugs to sort out today as well, now that the support team's going to be working on that. There's actually quite a few bugs come in day one. They're getting fixed, though. They're all getting sorted out. The update is done as well. So you know what? Send that out. That is totally fine. We can queue up some bug fixes for the not too distant future. But my hope, I really hope it makes some money. I'm going to be really disappointed if Sergeant Stabbyface 2 does not make money. We're also, I just noticed, we're looking at August 2002 for Nerdrosoft Echo 2. Amazing. Okay. That's got 8,000 followers. Okay. We're being really effective here, which is good. That's not bad. I'm also noticing that I don't think, set this to a number above 0 to automatically queue a printing job for each product, which prints the assigned amount of copies when a product hits the beta phase. Add percent to the number. Aren't we doing this? We're handling distribution. Yeah. So I don't think I need to do any of this. I think the project manager is handling that. I think they've already done that with Nerdrosoft Echo. Oh no, this is a little bit better. Sergeant Stabbyface 2 Stab Harder went from 1.2 million to 3.7 million in terms of sales. That is exactly what we're looking for. I think I'm going to drop the price though. It's currently $75. That was a complaint when it was released, so I think we're going to drop that down to $70 just to see if that helps. The game is recommending $75, but if that was going to be a complaint, then I feel like we should listen to that complaint, and I feel like we should try and deal with that complaint as quickly as we possibly can. Research is coming along. It's about halfway there, which is not too bad. And marketing for stage 1 is good to go. So we'll send that out. It's got 435,000 followers. Okay. It's going out next month. That's a lot, is what that is. That is a lot of followers. Also, FrameOS is ready for beta. That is huge. That is absolute. We have a really big year lined up. We've just put out Sergeant Stabbyface 2. We have Nerdrosoft Echo 2 going out in August. We have Stage 1 going out in July. And FrameOS moving into beta means that FrameOS, our first computer operating system, is probably going to go out next year. So if we look at 2004, have we got any computer operating systems going out next year? We do. We have Penblinds 2 from Macro Pretty Corp. Okay. Do we want to announce a June of 2004 release date for FrameOS? I feel like we can get away with that. I feel like that's a thing we can do. So we're going to promote it. We're going to market it. We are going to say June. We are going to say 2004. And we're giving ourselves a year to market this thing as best we possibly can. I'm hoping that that's enough to make this thing good. I'm hoping we can hype it. I'm hoping we can make it work. I don't know. I just don't know. It's going to be an interesting year for Nerdrosoft, that's for sure. We're kind of moving into the big leagues here. If FrameOS ends up being amazing, that's perfect. Oh no, Dictate's dead. Oh no. No, Dick. Oh, that was such a good name. I'm kind of sad about that. Oh man, he was with us for 21. That was the first guy we hired, man. Oh no. That's rip Dick. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Never mind. Moving on. Oh, would you look at that? It's like Software Inc. knew I was sad. I've been nominated for an award. Best product. It wasn't even me. It's the worst year ever. It's the worst year ever. Oh, that's the worst year this company has ever seen. Dick's dead, and Sergeant Stabbyface wasn't even all that good. Oh. Oh man. At least we're getting multiple awards per year. That's my first bronze award since 1992. Actually, that might be a lie. We might have had some 94 awards stolen. I don't know. Oh man, that's really unfortunate. I can't believe that. Well, actually, you know what? We did just hire Daniel, so it's not all bad. It's like the universe knew that was coming and was like, here's another one that's going to be funny. Man. What a legend. What a legend of our time. Oh, that's really unfortunate. All right, let's get stage 1 out there. I can't. Let's get stage 1 out the door. Is it good? It is actually good. Okay, perfect. Let's order 200,000 copies because that's recommended. Marketing budget of 25,000. We'll give it a marketing 2. That's fine, and we'll move that up to about here. Should be totally fine. I'm thinking that'll be all right. Let's have a little bit of a look. So it is outstanding, unavoidable, good. That's what we're looking for. I don't know what's getting into me. I've had an energy drink before sitting down to record this episode. I feel like I'm going at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and I do apologize if that seems to be the case. Oh no, not again. Like that they use my car park. There's no security on that door. There is no security on that door. Security. Buddy. Wait. You're there. You're right there. Oh no. Oh, why are the cameras not working? Why are the cameras not... Where are you going? Don't you touch my awards. Don't you... I just got that one! I just got those! No! Not again! I hate this game! They took all of them! Where'd they go? They're taking my servers! Security! What are you doing? Why are... Dictate didn't die for this! No! Where are they going now? Hey, right, security got them. Can I have my stuff back? Police! Hello? No. They... I can't believe that. Oh no. You have got to be kidding. I don't, hold on, restore furniture, sure. I don't get my awards back. I do. Oh, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. I'm actually kind of, kind of tilted right now. Now you guys are here, huh? Now you're here. Do I not have any cameras in here? I do have cameras in here. There was just no security on them. Okay, cool. That's great. So happy about that. Oh, man. Right. Let's hire. I don't really care about assigning security right now. I'm not going to lie. Let me hire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more to come in the morning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more to come in the afternoon. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more to come in at night. Not that there's anything for them to secure because they stole all of my awards. Again. I had 2 full shelves almost. Now I have none. Great. Just perfect. Oh. I've gotten too big for my boots. That's what's happened. I've gotten too big for my boots. We've got a porting team. We're automating things. We have an operating system going out. You know what this is? This is a rival company. What company are we approaching right now? Where are we? We're here. These guys. Skip Badal Interactive was like, these Nerdrosoft guys are getting way too big for their boots. They got an operating system coming out. I hear they've got project management. I hear they've got a wall of awards in their lobby. We need to send someone over there to put these guys in their place. But it's okay. It's all right. They only have 82 fans. We have 5.1 million. I don't even know how they've managed to get where they are with that. We're the 4th most popular company. So that's something, I guess. Oh, I can't believe it. I genuinely cannot believe that they just took all of my awards. And like security was just walking down here, man. They were just there. I'm genuinely quite upset about that. That's such a pain. Okay. Stage 1 has gone out this month. We haven't seen any profits from it yet because it just went out. Let's start doing an expansion for Sergeant Stabbyface 2 because we need some money. And it's going to be, we'll do more game. I'm actually quite upset about that. Well, you know what? We're just going to do all of this. We're just putting everything in here. Absolutely everything's going at it. I'm going to give it to both teams because I want it done quickly. So that'll be fine. The 2D editor is Pixel 3. The audio tool is Echo, which is fine. And this is Sergeant Stabbyface 2 Stab Harder. What do we want to call this? It's going to be like a gun pack or something, right? Well, technically it's adding playable characters too. Let's just go generic with this one because this is kind of me trying to distract myself from the fact that we were robbed. I'm just going to call it Gun Pack 1. Or maybe Map Pack 1. Because if I remember right, didn't Halo 3 have map packs? I mean, I know it had map packs, but I think they did originally just call them like Map Pack 1, and then eventually they did like the Mythic Map Pack or something like that. So we'll just go like Map Pack 1 for this, and that should be fine. I know it's not creative, but I just need to do something to get over the fact that all of my awards were just stolen and I don't know what to do with myself right now. So that's what we're doing. We also have Echo going out next month, so it's potentially not all bad. We're potentially going to make some more awards or get some more awards for the things that we're putting out this year. I doubt it. We did just get an award for Sergeant Stabbyface too, and it wasn't very good, but it was still mine, and now it's gone. I'm never going to get over this. My day is ruined. My day is ruined. We just did 3.4 million on stage 1. We just did 4 million in Stabbyface 2. Okay, that helps. That helps a little bit. Making $10 million last month, that definitely, I definitely feel a little bit better now that we've just made $10 million. So it's not all bad. Nerdrosoft Echo 2 has gone out the door. It is great and visionary, which is a step up from the original, which is good. It has widespread marketing, which is also good. So let's have a look at this management project, or this project management. They are looking at a release of February 2006 for Echo 3, which is great news. We don't have any porting going on right now, but we do have an update going through. Oh no, we just have support and marketing for Echo 2. So we'll see how that goes. Here's hoping for good things from Echo 2. It's kind of cool that that project management task is going so well right now. I'm very happy about that. We're also getting Map Pack 1 through here nice and quickly as well, which is great. I suppose once it's done, I mean, when did Stabbyface 2 go out? April 2003? I don't want to sit on this until April. This thing's going to be done pretty quickly, so we'll develop it. We'll announce it's August right now. Let's say September, October, November, December. Let's say December. Let's try for December this year to get this thing out. If it's not done, it's not done, but we're going to try for December. We're going to just market it really simply. We'll send out a press build and we will hype it the way we usually do, just to try and get this thing just into as many hands as possible. I want to be a $200 million company before we're done here today. That is my goal. I also want to see how well Echo just did. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Past month was 500,000. That's not great. That's a little concerning, actually. Let me have a look at all software. So we just released Echo. There hasn't been an audio tool since November last year, so it should have been all right. It just apparently wasn't. Little bit concerned about that. I'm also realizing we need to get into the antivirus market, especially with FrameOS just around the corner. So we're going to have to see how that goes. Hopefully well. Hopefully that one works out. I'm also noticing the audio. Oh, there we go. Now this is picking up. I was worried that the audio arts on Map Pack 1 would struggle a little bit there, but we seem to be doing okay, which is great. The Echo project, are we porting this? We absolutely are, which is great news. We're also updating it, which is great news as well. So hopefully it's going to continue to make money. Hopefully it's going to pick up a little bit. Map Pack 1 could definitely be doing better, but I mean, it's ready to go into beta, so it's done at least, which is what we're looking for. And we are, of course, a $200 million company. So despite the soul-crushing devastation that has been today's episode, oh wow, we just shot up to 219 million. Where did that come from? We just did 5.5 on Stabbyface 2. Where did that come from? Oh, Echo 2 just made a bunch of money. It just did 5.9 million last month. Okay. Suddenly I'm a lot less concerned about the state of this company. Oh, well, I say that. I wasn't concerned about the state of the company. I'm concerned about the state of security at this company, which is why we have 2 people on the door now. But yeah, that's fine, I guess. Really don't know how to feel about what's happened today, but we're doing okay. All things considered, we're still making money. We're doing all right. Do any of my teams have no tasks right now? They absolutely do. Echo management is doing nothing. Porting is doing nothing. That's fair enough. Game devs are doing stuff. I do feel like I need to get everybody on task. I feel like, yeah, these guys as well. 3D editor, 2D editor, they're doing nothing. We need to, maybe we should automate these guys. Maybe Voxel 2 and Pixel 4 both get to be project managed software as well. And then I can focus on games while they focus on, you know, actually making money for the company. Now, I would like to point out that Stabbyface 2 just did 6.5 million alongside the 6.2 for Nerdrosoft Echo, which is fantastic news. We're still looking at 2.2 on this guy on good old Voxel. So we're doing all right. I think I'm starting to heal is what I'm getting at. I think I'm starting to get over the fact that we were viciously robbed to follow my, I'm really not over it. I'm really not going to be either. I'm just going to let you know that right now. Systems 2003 has been finished. That's good. Let's, I guess, try and patent it as quickly as we possibly can. So we've given it to accounting and we've given it to legal. Let's make that a top priority and hopefully they can figure it out. They don't seem to be doing anything right now, which is, oh no, they are. It's just going painfully slowly. Interesting. Okay. That is not exactly ideal. If we look at research and we look at systems, tech level 2003, these guys are researching all 2005. I'm almost tempted then to expand my legal team. So we have these guys. We have, what is it? 11 employees, legal leaders. I might hire a second legal team and put them in as a night shift team. That might be the way to go on this. So if we go to legal and we go to copy and we call this legal 2 or legal night is what we'll go for there. Sort by name, rename these guys to legal day shift. Then the legal night shift is going to come in from 5 p.m. and they are going to leave at 1 a.m. That should be fine. So we can go into these 2 rooms. We can go to switch teams and we can say that legal night shift is going to work in there as well. So we have both of them working on this patent project. We'll go to hire some employees. We'll look for a leader. They're going to do HR. They're going to do multitasking. Actually, probably not. We're probably not going to worry about multitasking. We'll do socialization just so that the team compatibility is a bit higher. And sorting by skill, we have Bo Gomez. You're totally fine. You're going to go into the legal night shift team. Congratulations, buddy. How many people do I want in that team, though? I think it's 11. Yeah, there's 11 chairs in there. So we'll go to legal night shift. We want to go to HR management. And it's all good. We want to go to Bo. And Bo is going to be the team leader. We'll do everything sort of secondary here. That's fine. So that should be sorted out. We should now have legal night shift starting to fill up, which is beautiful news. Map Pack 1 is losing followers quickly. Interesting. Where is Map Pack 1 right now? It's right here. So it's going out in December. It is losing followers. Let me send out a press build. And I suppose marketing will be here in the morning, which is fine. So they'll figure it out. And I mean, it's going out this month anyway, so that should be fine as well. 4 companies have requested access to my digital distribution platform. Okay. Fire inspectors here tomorrow. Okay. Map Pack 1 goes out today. Okay. Are we printing it? I don't think we are. That might be a problem. Let's do 100,000 copies. And I don't know if you could hear it there, but I'm very much losing my voice. Is it good? It sort of is. Nerdrosoft is the latest up and comer. Okay. I don't know about that one. So I don't know that we'd be described as an up-and-coming company, but sure, if that's what you want to call us. Stage 1 still doing money. We're going to end marketing on that. let's move map pack 1 up to here and we'll see how it goes. Hoping for good things on that particular front. And let me just double check what we're looking at here. So this is map pack 1 out, fire inspector, and digital distro. This is product running out of stock. Nerdrosoft Echo. Interesting. I wasn't expecting this one to happen. It is, how many in stock? 5? That's worrying. Start printing. It is being printed, actually. It's being managed by the, well, project management. So Nerdrosoft Echo's goal, we have these in storage. We have a lot in storage. We might just not have enough couriers, which would be an interesting development for sure. That's definitely something we might have to stay on top of, and that I will have to look into a little bit. But what I would like to see is just how things are going for map pack 1. It is outstanding. It needs to make $214,000. Nerdrosoft Echo just did 5.5 million, 5.9 on Stabbyface, which is great news. So all in all, that seems fine. Let me also get the legal night shift working on this patent job, just so it goes a little bit quicker as well. And hopefully we can actually do this. I would like to see if we can get into the swing of things with getting these patent tasks sorted out, because my thinking is that if we can, we might be able to make a lot of money off of just royalties. Everything needs systems, everything. So it would be nice to make that money. Anyway, map pack 1 just did $1.1 million, not quite as much as we've seen from some of the Space Command expansions, but still a decent amount of money. We're almost a $300 million company, so I'm really not going to complain too much about how things are going. Looking into the Echo project, they are still looking at 2006 for this guy, which is totally fine. And I think for the most part, we are probably in a place now where we do want to start project managing a few of the other tasks. I think that's probably a good idea. So we're going to need more project managers. We're going to need to be aware that Frame OS is going out this year. I totally forgot about that one. And I think just before we wrap things up today, I would like to look at Stabbyface 2, and I want to update it just to make sure everything is as good as it can possibly be, because we probably have fallen behind a little bit on this, which means that we need to update Pixel 3, and Echo 2 is fine. So let's update Pixel 3. This is why I want to get Pixel and Voxel into project management, because it means that my tools are always going to be up to date without me having to do it, which means when I go to update my games, they're good to go pretty much immediately. So it's going to be really important to get those guys sorted out as quickly as we possibly can. It really is just the audio tools, the 2D editors, and the 3D editors that we need to be doing that with as well. So everything else can be sort of a manual task at the company. We passed the fire inspection. Not bad. I guarantee you that's not going to last. Once I start building more buildings around here, that's absolutely going out the window. But you know what? I'll take it for now. That's totally fine. I am completely okay with that. That is not a bad thing at all. Anyway, this Pixel 3 update is done. Let's get that out the door so that we can go through the list and start to update Stabbyface 2. So network up to 2001, audio up to 2001, 2D to 2001, and systems to 2003, which we have researched. The 2D will be Pixel 3. The audio tool will be Nerdrosoft Echo 2, because of course it will. And this needs a level 2 audio artist. So this is going to be the game devs working on this, because that probably makes the most sense. And that seems totally fine. So we'll go ahead and get that going. Space Command Origins, I want to do the same thing. It is the most recent in the franchise, and I figure we probably want to start working on another one sooner or later. But we'll get Pixel 3 on this guy. We don't have Voxel ready for this, which is unfortunate. So let's get that update going as well. Let me move Space Command up to there. Let me go to Voxel and update this all as best we possibly can. So this is going to be the 3D editor team working on this. And I'm going to put the game devs on it. I'm going to put the OS guys on it just because I want that update done nice and quickly. So if we speed up that Voxel update, we can come back to Space Command Origins and make sure that everything in here is going to be updated as well. So again, we're going to be using Pixel 3 We have to wait in the 3D editor, and we'll use Echo 2. So we'll hit OK on that. We'll minimize it, close U, and then wait for the voxel update in the bottom right to get done, which admittedly doesn't look like it's going to take too long. This Stabbyface 2 update is going to be a different story. 610 bugs in there to be sorted out is, well, it's a lot. That's a lot of bugs. That is a whole lot of bugs that we're hopefully going to get through nice and quickly. The operating system team, the game devs are here as well. Where does the operating system team go? Are they over in the other building? They absolutely are. Okay. That's totally fine. It looks like both of these updates can go out. Well, I kind of want these bugs sorted out. So this update probably isn't going to go out all that quickly. The voxel update is done though, which is good. So we can go back in here. We can grab voxel for this, and we'll start updating Space Command Origins, which doesn't have that many bugs to be sorted out, which is great news. So that's hopefully going to go out nice and quickly. And I'm just realizing that I also want to stay on top of porting. So active users, there's a lot that we are not on top of with Stabbyface 2. And I would assume very similar story with Space Command Origins as well. And you know what? Just while we're here, voxel, let's get that out to a few more people, and let's get Echo's Fine Pixel 3. Let's get that out to a few more people as well. That's a lot of porting jobs for the porting team. I'm really not too worried how quickly or slowly they get that done. I just want it to be done. And so just like that, we find ourselves in June of 2004, which is when Frame OS needs to go out the door. We are very close to finishing the patent for Systems 2003. My competitor is going to be done in Q1 of 2005, so we are going to be done with this before they are, which is amazing. The Stabbyface 2 update is very close to being done. I did just go through and update Nexus because the tech levels were way behind everybody else, but we do need to start working on Nexus 3 because we don't have all the features and we don't really have the same market share as everybody else. We do have 26 people. Everyone has 26 people signed up, but we're falling behind. So we're going to have to be careful with that one. We do have these porting jobs going ahead nicely as well. But I think in the next episode, we're going to want to start looking at automating a few more things. We can't keep going through and manually updating the 2D editors and the 3D editors. We need to do with those what we've done with Echo, which is automatically update them. Make sure that they are always up to date so that when I want to update a game or anything else, I don't have to worry about updating something like, you know, Echo first. I can just go ahead and do it, which is perfect. This patent is done, which is amazing news. If we go into research now and go to systems and go to 2003, I've managed to patent that right there, which is incredible news. I don't know that I want to try for 2004. I don't know if there's any sense in trying for 2004 because we're halfway through the year, which makes me think I probably want two teams. Actually, no. We probably could just do it with one team. I just need to stay on top of that. We'll go for 2005 though. That's no problem. I've managed to patent this, so we'll see how much money I happen to make off of 2003 tech, which will be kind of amazing if it ends up being a lot. Either way, I need to not speed through today because we do need to release Frame OS, but we're not doing that in this episode. We'll do it in the next one so that we have that little bit of tension. We don't know if it's going to be a success or an absolute failure. I'm going to hate myself for doing this because I have to, I mean, for me, I'm about to find out, but I mean, for you, the next episode might be tomorrow. Honestly, I've not posted videos in a little while, so we'll just maybe have the next one be tomorrow. I don't know. Either way, thank you so much for watching, everybody. That is going to do us for today. It has been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.